Good evening and welcome to the Speedway Tavern. And the week in Speedway this week sees Scunthorpe get their way and Ipswich don't get their way as Rowan Tungate is banned for 21 days. He's injured anyway, so it doesn't actually affect anybody. And in Melilla, was it a thriller? Was it, Matt? It doesn't rhyme. I can't use it. But Ty Woffington still leading by however many points it is now, and perhaps with one hand on the trophy. But as Birmingham beat Kings Lynn quite easily in the end, we'll look forward to the match of the season, the match that will probably define the season: Birmingham versus Cradley, only in Speedway. Well, good evening once again to the Speedway Tavern. It's Thursday night, it's 8 PM, that must mean Speedway. We have in the studio tonight Chris.
Good evening.
Webby.
Good evening.
Brown.
Here as well.
Yeah.
Three.
And we've got Matt Buck.
Good evening.
And we've also got some interviews later if we can dig them out. And we've got a Zack attack tonight.
Have we?
We surely have. So there we go, that's what we have tonight. We're also going to do something very, very different tonight. We're going to look at this match next week versus Cradley, and we're going to go through it heat by heat, and we're going to make our predictions. We also would love to hear your predictions for each heat as we go through it, and let's see if we can come up with a winner by the end of the night. Now, the last time we did this, we were so good, we were rubbish. We didn't get anywhere near it.
No, we can't remember. So.
Yeah, well,
good we were rubbish.
Yeah, so good we were rubbish. Yeah, that is a thing. That is definitely a thing. So yeah, we'll start doing that in a moment. But I think before we do any of that, Matt, what's been happening at Wolverhampton?
It's like a stock record, isn't it? Same thing every single week, isn't it?
This is now a recording.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it's not the same one every week. Yeah.
Oh yes. But another pretty depressing evening at Monmore Green on Monday night with a 51-39 defeat to Swindon at Monmore Green, and really sort of a opposite scale to last week with the recovery against Poole. This week it was a real capitulation by Wolves with a 6-point lead after heat number 10, and then Swindon banged in 3-5-1s in the last 5 races to win the meeting by 12, and well, again, disappointing. Freddie Lindgren top scoring with 10 points. Not really what you sort of score you want from a number one rider at on your home track, and well, again, Swindon able to sort of dig themselves out of a hole there.
I can see fighting the tears back.
Oh dear me. Is it worth it? No, but a disappointing night. It's sort of becoming a bit of a habit now, unfortunately, with Wolves.
You would feel that the season's over, really.
Well, I think you've got this the battle to avoid the wooden spoon now. I think Leicester are still in the battle as well, possibly Lakeside, but Lakeside have got some form at home now.
Yeah, talking of which, they're doing really quite well at the moment.
Well, they haven't, but they do tend to do quite well at Swindon anyway. So, but yeah, obviously we go to Leicester in a few weeks' time, so I think
that'll be
crucial because I mean, obviously it's the season is over in terms of getting into the top 4, but you don't want to finish bottom. It's a real sort of psychological that you want to avoid finishing bottom of the pile.
So, as a sort of side issue to that, I mean, we've just hit August and the season's over. That's really not nice.
Mhm.
And part of the reason I think that the season's over for Wolverhampton is nothing to do with Wolverhampton. I think it's the way the Elite League's set up. You've got one trophy to go for. There's nothing else to go for.
This is it. So.
It's not right, is it?
Well, the thing that baffles me really, Jay, is that you've got so many gaps in the fixture list. I mean, there's time to put other events in, and I know that Chris Van Straten is contractually obliged by Labrooks to stage a set number of meetings,
Right.
And you can't just keep having challenge matches and things like that. You know, you have challenge matches in March. You don't have challenge matches in July and August because that's the peak time of the year, especially August when all the schools are on holiday. So yeah, that's something that needs to be looked at, I think. But I think
I'm hearing all sorts of rumours this week about there being no Elite League next year, and the Elite League and Premier League. I mean, we hear it every year, of course, but
I think I don't think there'll be a merger between the Elite and the Premier League because I think it would have to be on the Premier League's terms.
It would have to be, wouldn't it?
They did merge 20 years ago, and it was on the Elite League's terms. And to be brutally honest, a lot of the Elite
and what do
League
you think
clubs.
of the rumours? Do you think it could possibly, or not?
The sources that I'm hearing it from are quite.
You what? I've got £500 you to put on yes or no.
I'll just take the £500. Thank you very much. You've never shown me. You've never shown me a fiver out of £500.
Stop evading it. What would you do?
Do you know what? I don't know. I really don't know. Which, if you just asked me last year, I wouldn't have put it down. But this year, I'm not so sure. So I just don't know. And when you hear about teams like Berwick
Having problems, aren't they?
Having problems, and maybe closing down next year, you have to wonder whether there's a lot of choice in the matter.
Well, this is it.
But you're right, it has to be. If it's going to be done properly and if it's going to work, apart from anything else, it really needs to be done in the Premier League terms, because just from the financial point of view,
I don't think a lot of the elite clubs would want that.
They might not have a lot of chance. Well, I can think of one club for certain that wouldn't.
Possibly two. So, I think we've said this before. The Elite League sort of needs a complete revamp, doesn't it? I think
it needs to be made attractive for people to want to come and see it. You need more than one trophy. You need more excitement. I mean, I did a Wolverhampton side then. Did you hear that?
No, yes.
I definitely need more excitement. I think we've talked about it before. Another trophy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the National League now. We've already got a trophy in the cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
We've got one trophy that we've lost, that we're out of, and we'll probably. I'm not going to say it. We've got a good chance winning the other one. Yeah, the stuff going on through the whole season, and there's the best. I think we've got a pairs competition as well, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
And we've got the National League Riders Championship. You haven't got that in the Elite League, have you, this year? So, it makes stuff more exciting.
I just think as well that the Elite League needs to possibly consider moving to more set race nights, because it's all over the shop at the moment.
Well, that would help them as far as rider availability.
Well, at the moment, you've got Coventry, Lakeside on Fridays, and Poole and Kingsland on Wednesdays. Now, Bellevue are going to move to Fridays when they move into the new stadium,
right?
Which would leave, obviously, the only other off nights would be Swindon, of course, race on Thursdays, and Leicester on Saturday nights. I think Wolves should certainly consider changing their race night, because Mondays becoming a real problem, and they've been a problem for the last few years now, because it's awkward, because it's sat right in the middle of Poland on the Sunday and Sweden on the Tuesday, and if riders are doing
scope for them to do that?
Well, the alternative race night is Wednesdays,
right?
So, but obviously then again that would clash with Birmingham and Cradley. So unless Birmingham and Cradley moved, whether there's any scope for the Brummies and Cradley to change their race nights.
No, we're not going to change our race nights for the dogheads, are we?
Well, I was speaking to somebody last night about this, and we both said that when you look at the National League, if Birmingham and Cradley are in the National League next season, the National League would be ideal for a Sunday league, for a weekend racing.
Don't think we can race on a Sunday though.
I think Sunday evenings. Possibly, because the dogs are Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, but
aren't
it's getting in to get the track,
Yeah.
track access. It's been a problem for us when we've had Sundays
they?
before.
Well, my argument is that, when you look at a lot of National League riders, they're not just speedo riders, they're trying to hold down a full-time job as well. So they're probably going to be more likely to be available on Saturday and Sunday
I can see
than
what
they are
you're
on the
saying.
week. So
But we're not moving just for you, so
no,
tough.
that's what I expect.
I'd like a Friday night. I could go as well.
Yeah, I can say. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
selfish.
Oh, no, yeah,
Friday night would be nice, but it's a big dog night, isn't it? So that's
sure.
we need our own track.
Couldn't we look at the same time?
That would be interesting. Well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
I just invented a new sport.
Yeah. The only thing that would worry me is if the dogs won. That would sort of take the shine off things, wouldn't it?
A little bit,
They could leave things on the track as well, couldn't they?
Yeah. Well, they frequently do. I have
Maybe not then.
trod on stuff before now.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did we think? Well, let's talk quickly. Chat about Millilla and the Ty Woffington, Nicky Pedersen situation. I said earlier that he's sort of got one hand on the trophy, Ty Woffington now. So what do you reckon?
It's still a bit too early to say it because we're only just over halfway through the series. It's because Cardiff was quite early this year, which sort of throws
things up a bit. Yeah.
So, but I think he's in a strong position. He didn't gain anything on Saturday, but at the same time he didn't lose anything because him and Nicky Pedersen both got the same number of points. I think it is Woffington or Pedersen to win the title, to be honest. And Pedersen is in good form at the moment. And the ironic thing is, of course, if it's Woffington or Pedersen with the title, it means it'll definitely be a Wolverhampton asset that'll win the World Championship. Of course, neither of them ride for the club, so. But yeah, it was a reasonable meeting. I've seen better meetings at Millella. It was, unfortunately, it was affected a little bit by the weather. To be fair, they probably did well to get the meeting on in the first place.
There's been a few weather-affected Grand Prix this year, hasn't it? I was sort of cheering halfway through that, as you probably noticed, because it just Adam Ellis is riding for Lakeside tonight at Swindon. Score, by the way, is 15-all, so nice and tight. And Adam Ellis, as I say, is riding. He had a 4 and an exclusion in his first race, which is not what we want to see. But he's come second in his next race. He's beaten Lawson and Branford. Come second behind Zengotta. So
a few comments on the show.
Okay, go for
it. First one, Brummy Time Lord reiterates what we were saying earlier, that the season is over for the Wolves.
Did he say that with a little giggle in his voice?
Probably, yeah.
It was over in April, to be fair.
British Speedway needs to shut the borders to foreign riders for a few years to build up a stock of good British riders who can then take on the whole of Europe and the world. But it will take a number of years to do so.
Yeah, it'd also take leaving the European Union to do so. As well.
That's the problem.
So you can't do it. It's the simple answer to that. I mean, what they're doing with the fast track riders has been one way of annexing, and I think that's quite a good way, and that really should go in the Premier League. And I look at some of the Premier League reserves, and you think, why are they doing that? I don't know who Nike Luna, who's riding for Scunthorpe, where he comes from, but I'm pretty sure he's not British.
It's not a British name, is it?
No?
Not a Brummy name, I know that.
Danny Mason. No, it's Danny Mason, isn't it? That's why I've just spelt it wrong. Yeah. So, there are a fair few that come across. And I've got nothing against them. They provide excitement, And, do you look at, Henning Bayer, Jason Lyons that we've had, Nico Cavati, for goodness sake. I've got nothing against having foreign riders, but you look at it sometimes and you think, well, why isn't Adam Ellis riding in the Premier League, for instance? He'd do a great job for somebody in the Premier League, as good as another foreigner coming down on assessed average, probably, and that is slightly annoying, and I just think the promoters shoot themselves in the foot, and I don't know why they do it.
And Stan says Speedway has a problem. It's called the BSPA.
Okay. I know where he's coming from. I do know where he's coming from, but I think the BSPA are doing the best that they can. The problem, I've said this all along. The problem with Speedway, right the way down the line, right the way through the whole sport, is this perception that can be made that it's an old boys club, that things are being done for a particular club. It happened with us with Edinburgh in 2010, I think it was. It happens all the time with Paul. Now, and there's that Paul Bellevue situation where you could perceive that Paul and Sky were manipulating things. Now I've no idea whether they were or whether they weren't, but it looked like they were, and that's the important thing. That's what they've got to be cleverer about. So that you can't, that everything looks squeaky clean, even if it isn't. That's the. What do you reckon? You're sort of nodding.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I remember Graham Drury said a couple of years ago that his feeling is that Speedo's got an image problem, and that's fold up chairs and flasks and blankets and things.
Well,
like
we've
that.
been saying it before. It should be marketed as an extreme sport,
not family sport. Yeah.
But by the same token, you can't get rid of those people because they're keeping the damn sport alive.
That's right. So.
Surely you can shove them over in the corner or something.
We'll shove you over in the corner in a minute.
Back to the foreign riders debate. Brummie says a promoter can sign who they want. They don't have to have a quota of foreigners.
Well, they can't have a quota of foreigners.
No.
They can't have
Chris
quotas.
Van Stratton said of the Wolves talking a couple of years ago when the fast track was installed was that the long-term target for the BSPA was for each elite league club to have 4 British riders at least in their starting lineup.
That would be nice.
So,
and on the bright side of it, you can see riders at the moment. There is a decent crop of riders.
There are some coming through.
That are coming through. I mean, Zach Vitanek being a big. I think Bradley Wilson-Dean has stated that he wants to represent Britain. I'm sure I've read that somewhere. So he'd be another one along those lines. So there is room for optimism, and what Phil Morris and Neil Vatcher have done on the under-21s and so on is starting to show a bit of fruition.
A bit of promise, yeah.
Yeah, so and it needs that,
because at the moment we've got Ty Woofington and Robert Lambert for me.
Yes, yeah. I mean, Robert Lambert's another.
We've got I know you've got the likes of Chris Harris, but they're sort of.
But then looking at those two riders. Okay. Now we've just said there's a lot of promise coming through, so this hopefully that will start to filter through. But what is the thing that you notice about Ty Woffington and Robert Bamford, and they're so good? The thing you notice is they didn't learn the speedway in this country.
And Robert Lambert as well, because he came through.
Who did I say? Robert.
You said
somebody
Robert
else.
Branford.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean him. Yeah.
Who did come through Australia as well? So
yeah. So that they've. That says it all, doesn't it?
Regarding Matt's comment about the image of Speedway, Ty Woffington has tried to express a different approach to the BSPA.
Yeah, and they seem to be listening.
Oh yeah, so
which is good.
Well, I know you look at Ty, and I know some people obviously don't really go along with with his tattoos and things like that. But
I don't
it's
either.
It's a young man's thing, though, isn't it? So
yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
I wouldn't do it, but it's his choice.
Well, I think he'd struggle in a job interview if he walks in like that, to be honest.
You can't argue with him. He's doing the job, and that's it. Yeah, and he always comes across as a humble sort of person. He's not. Yeah. He's not Nicky Pedersen.
It frustrates me a little bit when people say that he's hypocritical because he's not riding in the UK. Well, he's not riding in the UK for a reason, because he wants to be world champion.
Is I forgot his name now. Famous footballer, Real Madrid. Gareth Bale. Thank you. That's the word. Is he hypocritical because he's you wouldn't stop him from riding for playing for
Wales,
for England.
Interesting reply there. Brummie Time says, but is Ty's image the way to go?
It's a way to go.
Yeah.
I don't think that's his image. That doesn't necessarily have to be Speedway's image. It has to be. It is a part of Speedway's image, if you like. Like all sports, they are better when they are well rounded, when they've got characters of all sorts, and he's a character of that sort image wise, and obviously been very good. And then you've got characters, let's say Darcy Ward, the bad boy image. You need all of them to make a sport interesting. You need your Shane Warnes, and you need your Kevin Petersons, if you want to use a cricket analogy. You need that. So
obviously
it's a way to go.
the ECB would dispute on one of those names, to be honest, but we won't go there. So.
But you need that though. But you need conflict.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
absolutely. Mavericks, I think, is the word.
Yeah, this exactly. Mavericks.
Drama. Yeah. And on the same subject, this is something we talked about a long time ago. We need a Barry Hearn figure to take Speedway by the scruff of the neck and change it from top to bottom. True, that's what we said.
That's what the BSP. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, people have been talking. Yeah, absolutely. But I'll say on the flip side of that, though, be careful about what you wish for, because if somebody comes in and I know for a fact that this is what the BSPA worries about with this. I'm sure it is, but at some point they're going to have to bite the bullet, I think. But be careful what you wish for, because somebody that comes in from outside of Speedway will change it, and you might not necessarily think it's for the better. Yeah, that they will change it. They might.
Can they do any worse?
Probably not.
No, I'm searching. Not no.
If you think we got Sepp Blatter running football, I rest my case.
Yeah, quite. Not for much longer, hopefully.
No,
but you never know with that
bloke.
bloke.
He doesn't want to go. But
no, he doesn't want to go.
He doesn't want to go.
Anyway, wow, that was a conversation and a half, wasn't it?
Good debate. Good debate.
It was a conversation and a half. Right, I think we'll get where are we doing time-wise? I think we'll get straight on. Well, I tell you what we'll do. If you can find it, it's in the Dropbox, Mister. There's a short interview with Zach Wojciech last night by Ryan Guest after he'd won the bronze helmet easily. By the way,
easily, yes.
Yeah. Was you there last night, by the way?
I was, yeah.
So what did you think of the match?
I think it was affected by the conditions.
Totally.
Kings Lynn, not the most attractive of sides, to be honest.
I was worried about Kings Lynn.
There was a couple of good riders. There was some, some of the riders did quite well last night, but it was all. I think once Birmingham got the control of the match, it was always going to be a fairly comfortable win, and so it turned out to be.
Okay. Yeah, it was more comfortable than I was expecting, to be honest, because in my head, yesterday's match and Cradley's match were the ones that were going to win us the league, because I think we need 6 more points.
Yeah.
So you get 3 from yesterday, we get another 3 from Cradley. I know mathematically others can still beat us with those 6 points, but in my head, looking at the results that are around and stuff,
I don't see Eastbourne coming to Birmingham and winning.
No,
to be honest.
No, although I did try really hard against Cradley.
Yeah.
So before we go through, we also say, didn't Tom Perry come back fantastic?
Oh yeah,
wow, bang!
Never been away, so
let's hope Adam Ellis does the same next week. Although he's made a good start. We should look at some of the matches we're watching tonight. Actually, we are watching Swindon versus Lakeside, where it is currently Swindon 17, Lakeside 19. Wow.
That's not good for my point of view. So.
Well, no. Your season's over, it doesn't matter. Ipswich versus Scunthorpe.
I'm just cheering for other teams now. So.
Tasty match. That's going to be in lieu of recent shenanigans. Is Ipswich 10 and Scunthorpe 8 at the moment. Nico Cavati and Danny King both having won a race apiece. And Sheffield versus Rye House, 21-15 in favour of Sheffield. So there you go.
Do the new averages change the order of the Brummies and Cradley?
Yes, and I'm glad you said this is very, very important. Yes, they do. They come out tomorrow, and Ellis Perks moves out of the reserve berth, and I think that is going to be massive for us. For him not to be having 7 rides, because they've still got a cover ride replacement. But they won't be doing it with Alice Perks, so I think that's. I think I said off air earlier that we have been very lucky this year in terms of when we meet people. We seem to be meeting people at the right time.
Yeah.
When things have worked. in our favour a little bit, and that is definitely something that works in our favour a little bit. Obviously, perhaps not in our favour is that we lose Adam Kirby at reserve, and he has been doing quite well at reserve. But then again, I
what
think
did you think
Alex
of
Wilson
last night? I thought he rode quite well.
Oh, his last race was brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah, and did you see his reaction as he went over the line? He was pumped up. He was really I had a feeling he was going to do okay because I think he likes. Okay, we'll leave it then. There's something wrong with Zach's. Yeah, maybe it shouldn't be, but okay. Yes, I have to explain. We had a bit of trouble getting interviews last night because there was a Midland League match on, and that just made things more awkward than normal to get riders due to noise issues and so on. So,
so it's quite maybe a little bit of a glimmer of hope for Exeter. I've heard as well. So about finding a track.
I've been hearing. Yeah, that would be nice again. Where should they come in at National League level if they do come in? Do you think? Because they've got a Midland League. So they've got some riders.
It depends on the money, I suppose, that they've got. I think when they were trying to get back before, I think the aim was to go straight into the Premier League. But
I think it's the league to go in at the moment. I think it's the league to be in.
Yeah.
I'd dearly love us to be in the Premier League next year. Apart from anything else, I don't want to lose Zach. But. Well, we'll worry about that when it comes. So, okay, I want your predictions before we go through the scorecard.
And after?
And then, no, not after. We'll go through, and then we'll go after and see whether you was right.
Okay.
So, next week, Birmingham versus Cradley. Who's going to get the points, and what points are they going to get?
It's just individual.
No, the which team, 3 points, 4 points. Are Cradley going to get 4 points? Are Birmingham going to get 3 points? Are we going to get 1 point? Are they going to?
I think Cradley will get a point.
You think they'll get a
Birmingham
point?
Will get 3.
I would be delirious if that happened.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got this feeling, right, that we're going to get 1 point and they're going to get 3 points.
Yeah.
Which, to my mind, is a success because over the 2 legs we beat them. We've had the mass more over the 2 legs.
Yeah.
I also think it's going to be a match that's going to be decided on tape exclusions, and falls, and shall we say over-ambitious riding. Because
Zach and G.I. sitting in a tree, K-I-double-S-I-N-G.
Oh dear. Some people need to grow up, don't they?
Of all the places to say that.
It's going to be a twitchy affair. Particularly at the gates.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get 1 point? Is it a home match for the Brummies?
I meant the other way around. I meant, I meant
get a grip with it.
Yeah, okay. We didn't give them all 4 points, is what I meant. No, they got 3 points. Yeah, absolutely right. But shall we go through the heats and see what we think?
Through them, sure.
Right. First of all, I've got to say this is my guess at what the lineups are going to be because obviously the new averages have come out. Given the way things have operated this year, I think we'll go with Adam Ellis. Well, we've got no choice but Adam Ellis at number 1, Adam Kirby at 2, Sam Chapman at 3, Zach and Voitenek, which gives him an easy race in Heat 14, an important race. At 4, Tom Perry at 5. I've said Harvey Banks at 6 because I've got no idea who's going to be riding at 6, so I've just shoved him in. And Alex Wilson at 7. What did you think of George Hunter, by the way?
Well, it was a bit surreal coming to a Speedway and seeing George Hunter's name in the programme, to be honest. But I thought he rode quite well, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought there was potential.
I've never seen him ride before, but I thought he looked. I thought there was encouragement with him. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind having him again next week if we can. Cradley, I've hummed and ahed about this, but I think Max Clegg at 1. I'll come to 2 in a minute because I forgot to put it on. Nathan Greaves at 3, Ellis Perks at 4, Matt Williamson at 5, Aaron Mogridge at 6. Now I say Nathan Greaves at 3 because that's obviously going to be rider replacement, and if somebody can remember the rider that I've forgot, we'll put him at number 2. No, I can't remember who it is, but hold on, I will find out for you, and we'll go through all of the heats, and I'll go through the first heat now if I could, but I need the number 2 rider. So let's have a look over here. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Just talk amongst yourselves, people.
I'm actually just looking on the forum regarding mind games. And if
Max,
did
yeah,
you read that?
I did read it. I'm not sure. I'd say it was. I've worked out who it was. Of course, it is. No, I haven't. No, who have I missed here?
Don't know. I'll tell you what. Just play a track while you get
Michael
together.
Neal, isn't it? It's Michael Neal. Michael Neal. Yeah. So Michael Neal at number 2. That's what but it's a total guess, to be honest. It could be any combination with obviously Max Clegg. So anyway, here we go. Heat 1, gentlemen, and people on the forum as well. It is Adam Kirby, Michael Neal, Adam Ellis, and Max Clegg. What do we reckon?
Can I just say BT's gone for 3-3?
A 3-3, okay. Would he? I presume Adam Ellis. We all agree Adam Ellis is going to win that.
Yeah, I've gone for a 3-all as well. So,
yeah, I think I would go for that as well. It'd be interesting to see. Okay, Max Clegg second, then Michael Neal third. Be interesting to see if it actually stays as close as we normally keep these matches.
Stan's gone for 3-3 as well. So
okay, so everybody agrees with that. Now in the Heat 2, we've got Alan Mogridge, Harvey Banks or whoever, Tyler Govia and Alex Wilson. Well, I think Alan Mogridge is going to win that
2-4.
one. Yeah, I think you're right.
2-4.
So we'll have Alex Wilson in second and Tyler Govia in third. We all agreed on that?
Okay. Yeah.
Any more comments on that one?
Well, there's a bit of a lag, so I'll just while there's a bit of a lag, I'll just say to people that, because there are people listening on tuning and also the app we've got. We've got a new Twitter account which is solely for this show. It's a very easy one to remember. It's just Speedway UK. So there you go. So if you want to comment on that, there you go. Brewing Time Lords come up with Heat 2, 3-3.
Much more optimistic than me. Right, Heat 3, we have Zach Vitanek, and then whoever's going to be in rider replacement for Nathan Greaves, Sam Chapman and Ellis Perks. So it's very difficult for us to work out who's going to be, but I would probably, well, watch it. We'll go as if Nathan Greaves is in there, and then we'll say that he's going to get, that the rider replacement's going to get the Nathan Greaves points.
4-2 Birmingham.
4-2 Birmingham. Okay, which way round are you making that one? That's it. Zach Vitanek to win?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, who's going to come second?
Neil.
Okay.
If you remember Michael Neal.
So you're putting Sam Chapman to put Ellis Perks at the back?
Yeah.
You're more...
He's going to have to improve his speed from what he had yesterday.
And we've got another 3-3.
Matt
from BT
has gone 3-3, 2-4. I've got to write this down there because we've got a difference of opinion. Because I'm going to say a 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to say... Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to say a 3-3.
You always get shock results in Speedway. So.
Yeah, I can't see Ellis Perks for me. Okay, we're going to go to Heat 4, and which looks interesting for us. Alex Wilson, Tyler Govier, Tom Perry and Matt Williamson. Tom Perry to win?
Yes.
Although Matt Williamson is pretty quick, isn't he?
I think I'll have the beating of Matt Williamson.
Matt Williamson second.
Yeah.
And then we've got Wilson and Govier.
Govier to get third.
You reckon Govier? So you okay. Do you know what? I agree with you. Okay, so that is...
So I've still got Cradley in front at the moment.
You have, yeah.
Well, I want to point out as a Wolves fan, I'm not biased towards Cradley. So.
3-3?
Yes.
So you've got... I've got this all wrong, sorry. Who did we say now?
Oh, we're in Heat 4, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Heat 4, yeah.
Okay. BT's gone for 4-2. And Stan's gone for a 4-2 as well.
Okay, everybody's... that's how I do that. I've got the score at Heat 4, 11-13 to Cradley. You've got it...
11-13 to Cradley.
Wow, okay. Heat 5, Michael Neal, Sam Chapman, Max Clegg, I beg your pardon, and Zach Vitanek.
3-all.
Who have you got winning that?
Zach Vitanek.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to go Max Clegg. I think he's going to win that one. I'm going to put Zach Vitanek second. You got Max Clegg second, presumably.
Yeah.
And then Michael Neal, Sam Chapman. Who's going to win out of Michael Neal, Sam Chapman?
Neil.
You got Neil.
You got Neil to beat him, yeah.
I've got Sam Chapman. I think that's close though.
Stan's
Just purely because he's so quick out the gate.
Yeah.
Stan's the most optimistic of us all. He's gone for a 5-1.
Wow. Okay, that is optimistic, Sam. I like your
Rummy
style.
Tarmel's gone for a 4-2.
Like your style. Wow.
There you go.
Okay, I've got it 13-17 at the moment. And Matt's got it.
14-16.
Okay, everybody's more optimistic than me, you notice this. Heat 6, Adam Ellis, Matt Williamson, Adam Kirby and Alan Mogridge.
Aaron Mogridge, you mean, not Alan.
Did I say Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Alan, Adam Ellis, I put some new teeth in. I've got winnings. I think everybody could probably agree with that. Matt Williamson second.
Yes.
And then it's between Kirby and Mogridge.
I'll go for a 4-2 to Birmingham. Go for Kirby to win that.
So you're going to have Kirby to win. I'm going to have Kirby to gate in
Second, yeah.
front of Alan Mogridge, but to fall off. I think Aaron Mogridge could well win that one. Okay, so that's... I'm now got it at 16-20.
I've got it at 18-all.
18-all, right.
Stan's gone for 3-3 and Rummy Tarmel's gone for 4-2.
Okay. Heat 7. Nathan Greaves, Tom Perry, Alice Perks and Harvey Banks or whoever.
3-all.
Yeah. Tom Perry to win and then... Well, we don't know who's going to place Greaves, of course, so that will make a bearing, but we're just going to go with that for now. So 3-3, and I've got it now at 19-23.
I've got 21-all still.
Heat 8, Tyler Govia, Alex Wilson, Michael Neal and Adam Kirby. Looks
2-4.
Looks a very weak one for us. So you probably got Michael Neal winning that one?
Michael Neal to win it, yeah.
Yeah. And then you probably got Alex Wilson second.
Yes.
And Tyler Govia third. But Adam Kirby's not having a good night.
Does he know? Stan's gone for a 2-4 and Rummy Tarmel's gone for a 3-3.
Okay, so the score for me is 21-27, which is that magic 6 points. Not happy at the moment. What have you got it as?
23-25.
23-25, okay. Okay, Heat 9, Matt Williamson, Zach Vitanek, Alan Mogridge and Sam Chapman.
Heat 9, have we missed one?
No, that was it.
Right,
Yeah, you were on Heat 9, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry.
So, okay, so I got Zach Vitanek to win. I think Matt Williamson will come second, and I'm going to go Sam Chapman third.
Okay, I think we're a bit behind because we're on a Heat 8. We have 1-5
Okay.
and 1-5.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise
I'll
me.
go for 3-all for that one, though.
You're going to go for a 3-all, okay.
Nearly all 3-alls all the way down.
Well, that's sort of what happens at Birmingham. You know, that's what we've done all season, isn't it?
It's Birmingham crowd, yeah.
25-29 I have it as now. And you've got it as?
26-28.
Okay. Heat 10, Ellis Perks, Adam Kirby, Neil Greaves and Adam Ellis.
Can I just say in Heat 9, both BT and Stan have both gone for a 4-2.
Okay. Same as me.
Give us the lineup again for that one, yeah.
Perks, Kirby, Greaves and Ellis.
3-all again.
Yeah, I've got Ellis to win. Din, 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 din. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe they might need to, if he listens to this ground drill, move Alan Kirby from the number 2 spot. Okay, so
not.
that's a 3-3.
Yep.
Scores are 28-32 after 10 heats.
29-31.
Okay, so we all go for our cup of teas.
Yeah.
All go, oh no, we're losing. And then hopefully the fire starts.
And both BT and Stan have both gone for 3-3 as well. Heat
Okay.
10. That's pretty close.
Heat 11.
Same line.
Tom Perry, Max Clegg, Harvey Banks or whoever, and Michael Neal.
2-4.
So you've got
I've gone for Clegg to win that one.
Clegg to win. I think you're right as well. Although it's quite entirely possible for Tom, who was gating really good last night. I noticed. Okay, so that's a 3-3. 4-2. 2-4. Okay.
Yeah.
I now have the score at 30-36.
31-35.
Okay, I prefer your score, by the way.
Crowd fans getting excited. They call them spoons then. Crowd fans getting excited.
Heat 12. Chapman, Mogridge, Wilson and Greaves. I think
2-4 and 2-4 in Heat 11.
2-4 again, I think.
Yeah, I think who have you got winning? Greaves?
Yeah.
Who won't be there, of course. Oh no, I didn't mean that. I really shouldn't have said that because he's injured. I really did. I apologise right straight away. Wilson at the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I've got it 32-40. I'm not happy. We're 8 points behind.
I've got 33-39.
Heat 13. Dun dun dun.
Heat 12, Brummy Time Lord 3-3, Stan 4-2.
So it's interesting, different opinions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Heat 13. Clegg, Ellis, Williamson and Perry.
5-1.
It's going to need to be in it, but we always get a 5-1 in Heat 13, don't we? So I'm going to go for that. Adam Ellis, Tom Perry, Max Clegg, Matt Williamson.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that makes a bit of a difference. I've got it 37-41.
I've got 38-40.
Heat 14. Harvey Banks.
Stan went for a 5-1, by the way. In Heat 13.
Okay. Harvey Banks, who will be replaced.
Yeah.
Obviously, but we won't do that. Ellis Perks, Zach Vitanek and Tyler Govia.
3-all.
Yeah, obviously Zach Vitanek winning, and then probably Ellis Perks and Tyler Govia. Yep, I agree with that. That's now 40-44. My life, folks. We've got a last heat decider.
I think you prefer my last heat decider, though, wouldn't you? 41-43.
Yes. So. Okay, so who are we going to have in red?
It'll be Adam Ellis, wouldn't it?
Of course. I'll go along with that. Now, Tom Perry,
Zach Vitanek on beaten, but I'd go for Tom Perry for his experience.
See, we've got a difference of opinion there.
You go for Zach Vitanek.
I'd go. Well, depend. Okay, we'll go. We've got to agree on this one, really, haven't we? So I'll go for Tom Perry.
Tom Perry normally gets the nod in 15 anyway. So.
Yeah. Max Clegg in white.
Yeah. Matt Williamson in yellow.
Okay. I think so as well. Hey guys, it's Heat 13 again. 5-1.
Yeah, I'll go 5-1.
I think you go.
I think I would say I would be very confident that Birmingham would get 5-1s in 13 and 15.
Which gives us a result in my game of 45-45, which I would be more than happy with, and you've got
46-44,
which I'd be even happier with. So there you go, folks.
So just say Brummy Time Lord and Stan, they both had a difference of opinions. They went for Brummy Time Lord went for a 3-3, and Stan went for a 4-2 in Heat 15. Brummy Time Lord's total score came to Brummy's 47, Heathens 43. I haven't worked out Stan's yet.
Okay. Well, that's all sounds positive, and of course the interesting thing for me is that they won't have Nathan Greaves.
Yeah.
So we sort of didn't factor that into our calculations, and I think that hurts them.
Yeah, it does hurt them.
Yeah. So. Well, we shall see. It's going to be interesting. Scores on the doors around the matches are Swindon Robins 30, Lakeside 30. Adam Ellis, can I just do this again? Has just won his last race. I'll find out who that was. It's beaten Crutchmer, Lawson and Branford. So not bad.
By the way, what was the attendance like last night? Good?
Not the best I've seen.
I think the weather put quite a bit
I
off.
think
Plus,
the weather,
obviously, the cricket down the road.
Mm,
Might
of
have well
course,
have
yeah,
figured
yeah,
would have
yeah.
gone to that, wouldn't they? So.
Which, by the way, well done, guys. Doing really well. Ipswich 37, Scunthorpe 25. Danny King it's had 4 ride maximum. Nico Cavati's got a 3 ride. Paid maximum.
Mhm.
Good on them. And Sheffield Tigers versus Rye House is currently Sheffield 38 and Rye House 24. Okay. So, realistically, I said mathematically last week we needed 18 points. Well, we've got 4 of them now. So, mathematically we now need 14 points.
Yeah.
But I think from this point on, I reckon if we get another 6 points,
That's it.
I think we've probably got it. So how massive is that match against Cradley?
Much huge.
Yeah.
But again, the pressure for me is all on Cradley, because they've got to win. They've got to win it for me. If Cradley come away with nothing, then I don't think they can catch Birmingham.
Mm.
I think psychologically,
No, I
it'll be too
think
big a
they'll be gone. Won't they? I think it's they'll. I mean, the way that they're talking the match up already, although people have seen it as.
Nigel Pearson has gone on record as saying that Birmingham were lucky when they beat Cradley. So
Yes, he has gone on record as saying that.
Well, he would say it.
Yeah, we were lucky we met Cradley.
But we said I'd give Hunter another go at number 6, and Stan says Banks won't be there. We won't see Powell again, so who will be picked?
I don't know, but I quite like Ben Basford as well. He had a little bit about him, but I wouldn't mind seeing George Hunter again. I think we've just got to bite the bullet on that one. And our 6 and 7 are just not going to be as good as other 6s and 7s. But it's swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
We pick up in heat 13 and heat 15. There's a mega for us always. So, which puts a lot of pressure on those riders, of course.
Yeah.
But talking of pressure, I mean, Max Clegg has said what he said this week, and I'll see if I can find it in a minute. And people have said that as sort of mind games. Maybe, but I tell you what, if it is mind games, I think they end up putting them. Oh, thank you, we got it here. I think he's put pressure on himself. I really think.
You said yourself from seeing the recent shenanigans in the Cradley pits that they are feeling the pressure.
They're feeling the pressure. We should be the ones that are feeling the pressure.
Well, I think it's Cradley been used to winning, haven't they? They are notoriously bad losers.
I'll read you what Max Clegg has said anyway. Heathens skipper Max Clegg insists his side are capable of gaining revenge on Birmingham at Perry Barn next Wednesday. Cradley go into the away National League clash with their track-sharing rivals on the back of a home defeat at their hands in May. Having slipped 18 points behind Birmingham in the title race, Clegg knows nothing less than a win will do as they aim to keep their hopes of a third successive National League triumph alive. However, he is adamant that they have what it takes to pull off a dramatic surge to the top of the table, starting with victory on Wednesday. It's going to be tough for us. Birmingham have been going well, but we know we can beat them, Clegg said. They are quite a long way ahead of us in the league, so if we are going to win the title, we know we need to get a good result. We just need everyone to focus and to be on top of their game. We had a tough spell, but we had 2 really good wins against Stoke and Buxton, which has given us confidence. It wasn't just the fact we won, it's that we won pretty convincingly and looked like we were back riding at our best like we were at the start of the season. A lot of us have been winning races and feeling confident, so we just need to do the same again, and I think we can come out on top. It's going to be a close meeting, but if we can get the win, then it puts the pressure on them and puts us right back in it. So we are really desperate to do well. There is still a long way in the season to go, and we still think we can make up the ground, but it's important we beat them, so it's a massive meeting for us.
I'm not saying I wouldn't say it's
I wouldn't say it's mind games at all. I would say it's pressure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would say they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves, but then the pressure is there. It is a massive, and it is more. They have got more to lose than in this match than we've got, because looking at it logically, we have got nothing to lose in this match. If they win it and win it by more, and get all 4 points, it's a draw, isn't it?
That's right. So
because
that's the comment, isn't it, from Richard? Will we bottle it?
We haven't bottled anything this year. We haven't bottled one single thing. We have come from behind.
This is a pressure match.
so was Coventry.
Mm.
So was the original Cradley match, and then the return after the second match of the season was a pressure match, and then the match against Cradley in the league was a pressure match. We haven't bottled anything this year.
Do you think that if we win by 3 points, the title?
Oh, I don't want to say it. It ain't over till the fat lady sings,
No.
because injuries play such a big part in this sport of ours. You just, but if we get 3 points from Cradley, it's a big if. I don't see us getting 3 points, by the way. If we do, in my head, I think we only need another 3 points. I don't think anybody else. Mathematically, they can catch us. I just don't think they will.
Yeah.
Is
that £500 again?
Yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Yes or no?
What, win the league? If you give me £500 and I have to put it on, I ain't going to put it on anybody else except us, am I? We're 18 points in front. I mean,
that's what I'm asking. There you go.
We're definitely the favourites. We're definitely in the box seat. I don't see us bottling it. Stan says, don't forget the GD factor. Okay, right, okay.
In what sense does it mean?
I know what he's saying, and I think it's wrong in this instant particularly. When we bottled before in other situations, they were different. There was injuries involved. There was loss of form involved. None of that is a factor at the moment, touch wood. And I think Graham Drury has, right the way through this, got it right. I think he's absolutely got it right every single time. The way he's approached the whole thing, the way he's not got carried away with anything, the way he talks about the riders and builds them up and gives them a kick when they need it sometimes. I think he's got everything right. And the proof of that pudding is the team spirit is absolutely brilliant.
That's right.
You can't. So I think
that's half.
I don't think I'm going to. Let's put it this way, Stan. I won't forget the GD factor because I think he is a big part in the win this year. I won't forget the Phil Morris factor either, and I hope that he's here. I hope he gets the opportunity to be here when we win the thing because he's put the team together, and personally, I'd like to shake his hand. But, so.
His 6 month sabbatical must have worked.
Well, actually, I think that is true. I think he was very. We don't know the stuff that was going on behind the scenes, but I think it really deeply affected him. I think he lost interest in it, and he was just going through the motions. He certainly hasn't been doing that this season. I can only say as I found, but. Yeah. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think so. I think I don't think we're ever going to completely know what was going on at Birmingham last season.
No, and the season before as well, because that's when it all.
Yeah. Well, when we win the thing, a comment.
Yeah, that's what I said. Wow, when we win the thing, if we win the thing. I think.
The thing being the meeting or the
National League title.
Oh, okay.
Let's look ahead because there's whether we win it or not, there is also another trophy to go for, which is the Gold Cup. Yeah. Who do we think's going to be in there? Birmingham, Cradley, Eastbourne. Is it going to be Mildenhall or is it going to be Coventry?
I think Coventry.
You think Coventry?
Because Coventry have got a lot of home matches to come to them, so
wouldn't that be the perfect? Match
to
to finish on, Cradley versus Birmingham in the Gold Cup.
Two
legs.
Nice,
Wouldn't that be fantastic? A
nice climax of the season.
Yeah.
While we're mentioning it, obviously you should just mention to Gus Mildenhall having problems again by the looks of things with some of the
because that judgment has gone against them in the European Court, hasn't it? Which means they might be liable to. I think I said
$500,000. So.
And what's the latest on Brandon as well?
We don't.
There isn't any latest on Brandon, which is.
For me, I've heard nothing.
Yeah. Don't worry, next week is massive. I think we can all agree on that. I tell you what, whatever happens, right, my son actually said this. He says, whatever happens, whether we win the thing or whether we don't, he said, this has been my best ever season in Speedway. He said, I've loved every minute of it. And I think, probably he doesn't remember all the stuff in the 70s, which was my best time in Speedway. But probably for him, it probably has been.
That was going to be a part of a question I was going to ask, but we ran out of time. I was going to say, what was your, prior to us coming back, what was your most memorable meeting? And
that's easy.
And I was going to ask people.
It take me 5 seconds to say that was a knockout cut final against Eastbourne.
Oh, there you go. There you go. You've just got time to post it.
Brummy Time Lord says I'm getting a tingle. I think we should get a room.
We'll see a doctor.
It's going to be fantastic, isn't it? And what I was going on to say is that it's matches like that, whether we win or whether we lose. Yeah, obviously we want to win, but that's what we're in sport for. It's those moments. That's why we love it. Hello. That's why we love it, or that's what it's. Those moments that we remember, and we'll win or we'll lose, but let's have a fantastic time doing it, and let's cheer our team on, and let's do it in numbers. Let's everybody be there, and don't let those cradly people don't let them outshout us, which I know we won't. Looking forward to it.
Well, I won't be there, will I? So unfortunately, 'cause I'll be on holiday.
But, no! So you'll be watching it, will you? Online? Do you think it'll be in the middle of the night, probably for you?
It'll be about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
No, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because it's 4 hours behind us.
I remember the punch-ups with Cradley, says Stan.
I remember not being able to get out the car park once in the
Well, they wouldn't let you out.
No, they would never let me out
because you hadn't paid.
No, because there was a problem with the coach. I wasn't on the coach, but there was a problem with the coach and Cradley fans around it and stuff, and so we couldn't get out. But
there you go.
Stan says, let's not let it go now. I hear a sun coming up. But listen, let's be absolutely clear, and let me leave everybody with this one thought. If we lose to Cradley next week, and if they get all 4 points, and they're all celebrating, as they will do if that happens, we have lost nothing, and they have won nothing. We beat them in the away leg, so it's just even Stevens, and we will still be 18 points in front.
And on that note, good night.
All right.
Good night.
We won't still be 18 points in front. We'll be 40.
Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. What you need to know. Have a drink. Have your say. All opinions here today. Welcome to the Speedway